What am I doing? Well, sometimes it's just great to be in here singing, to hear the echoes of this building. And I love doing it when there's nobody here at church. But one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because of an exciting update that I have for us regarding our COVID policies. So first of all, welcome. A description of all the things that I'm going to talk about are in the description box below. It takes you to a link to our website where you can read it all. If you're a member and on our email list, you are getting an email about this so you can read through it in all details. So let's get into it. This update comes as updates have happened from the CDC and also New York State saying that fully vaccinated people no longer have to mask or social distance, whether indoors or outdoors. So this past Tuesday night, the Lumen Reformed Church consistory, elders and deacons, our leaders got together to talk about this and how we want to move forward. And after discussing this, we wanted to strike a balance between embodying like this hopefulness and kind of making our way forward, but also exhibiting care and caution. There are three updates that I want to get into, all dealing with our life together. And the first one is with respect of how we enter into worship. Now, in the past, if you worship with us, we were doing an RSVP system where you would either call into the church or go online. And we were doing this because there were regulated maximums for how much we could have in the sanctuary at one time. This is something from the New York State. So we had the RSVP in order to do this. We also had temperature checks and people had to sign in. Now, for volunteers and staff, those sign-ins were mandatory, but for attendees, they were just recommendations. And so we decided to be cautious and uphold that. But now that New York State has changed the limits for indoor gatherings, small gatherings, you could have up to 250 people, and there's no set limits of percentage of the maximum occupancy that you can have. It's just a matter of us being able to provide social distance between people and parties. We are no longer, this is the update, that we are no longer going to require an RSVP or temperature checks or sign-ins for the attendees coming in to worship. So that's a huge thing. You can show up to the building, you can walk right in and sit down, ensuring that you are 6 feet away, both people that are vaccinated and unvaccinated. Please maintain those distances, and we will ensure that there is space in here to have those distances as we have overflow into the fellowship center. So that's the first one. Just come on in, sit right down for worship. The next one has to do with the CDC and New York State ruling about fully vaccinated people. Now, we talked about this together and came up with the decision that we wanted to continue to wear masks, everybody, fully vaccinated and unvaccinated people, during worship. And we felt that this is the best decision for us at this time going forward. And it has to deal with, one, the tricky thing of asking for vaccination cards and what we do with that information. But secondly, it also has to do with the reason for why we're not going to say vaccinated people can go maskless. The other thing is that there are any number of people in our community, whether they're youth or immunocompromised or different situations and reasonings why some people might not yet be vaccinated. And so we want to ensure that we are caring for those people. And so we're going to continue wearing masks during our service for the time being. However, the exciting thing relating to what I was doing, whatever that was earlier, is we are going to reintroduce corporate singing. So I want you to come on Sunday, warm up those pipes, shake off the rust a little bit, go drive around and sing at the top of your lungs. You don't want to blow out a vocal cord. And when you come in here, you sit down socially distanced with your mask on, we're going to sing together. And I hope that this can be an embodiment of hope of where we're going in the future. The last update, the third update that I wanted to mention is that we are going to uphold what the CDC and New York State has said about fully vaccinated individuals for events and activities happening outdoors. So if there's a picnic, if there's an ice cream social, if there is a work project going on outside and you are fully vaccinated, you are welcome to go maskless. So that's a huge thing and really celebratory, and we wanted to embrace that and feel comfortable doing so. However, if you are not vaccinated for whatever that reason is, we require that you do continue to wear a mask and socially distance. That's all the updates we have for now. As we've seen, things change, and so a couple months from down the road, we might need to update these policies, so continue to stay tuned for those. With that, thank you so much for tuning in and watching this. I think that's it for me now. All right, I'm gonna go back to singing. See ya. Oh gosh.